Oh, good morning, everybody, and welcome to ITHive.org's Saturday morning live tech show. Yes, we're back in Alma, back in our head office, just outside my main office. It's kind of nice. I figured I'd do this outside because then you can see the change of seasons behind me. So as you can see, we're heading close to the end of October, expecting snow today. For those of you in Canada, you'll understand that. For the rest of you, maybe in the southern hemisphere or so, yeah, you guys are getting summer. Anyway, yeah, well, this kind of thing makes us appreciate summer, right? So we have a little bit of winter. So anyway, like always, this is a live show, and if you have questions or comments or a subject matter that you want to discuss, just post a chat. I can see that while broadcasting, and if I can address your question live on air, I'll do that. If not, maybe we'll make a follow-up episode on it, or maybe I'll put together a training video on it. Whatever the case may be. And of course, if you watch this non-live on YouTube or Facebook, then you can do the same thing. Post question, and I will. When I see that, I'll get an answer to you, or start a dialogue. And the same thing, if anything I've said or so you don't quite understand, same thing. Ask, right? Okay. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about saving money on your tech and what people do and don't do, and that causes problems. So first off, for those that don't know, ITHive.org, we don't do one-offs with customers. We don't believe in that. We're looking for customers that don't want to be worried about the technical challenges with managing their tech, and they just want to use it just like you'd use your car, and they want somebody in the background to make sure that what they're using is safe, right? And that the things that they're creating with it are protected, right? Well, that's what we do, okay? And we believe strongly in that ongoing relationship because it gives us two things, right? It gives us a relationship with the human beings behind the technology and what their needs are. And it also helps us understand the history of the technology and how it's behaved in the past and what has gone on. And that helps solve problems and helps us recommend things to the client. If I'm only there when you have a problem, I have a hard time as an IT professional giving you advice, right? Because there's all kinds of things I don't know, and then I'm asking, and then maybe you don't quite know, and then you might get the wrong recommendations. So that's why we do what we do. So now, having said all of that, the thing that I've challenged with, right, is that still doing all the thing, and then the clients maybe still not as involved as they should be. And as with any business, or we are always looking to improve and make things better. So recently, I think a couple of weeks ago, when I mentioned it on the show, we introduced a live status report, or a recorded status report. So what we had done in the past was every month, all my clients get billed monthly, and we would go through and do a more detailed health check of their things at the same time, and then post that stuff in an online spreadsheet for the client to view and to look at and understand, right? Very client focused as much as possible. So not a lot of tech stuff, just, okay, this is what it means to you. And that was good. Some clients were were looking at that and acting on the things that they needed to. Some other clients not so much. So, but so now we still do the same thing, but we send them a recorded walkthrough of the same report, and getting a lot of good feedback with that. People like it, and quite frankly, as a tech support professional, I like it too, because when I go through items in the report, I can emphasize and verbalize in a lot more efficiency what that really means to them, and personally get that, right? Because we have that personal connection to the human being. And, so I think, we're going to continue to do that. And this might roll into personalized training videos for clients. If they have a need, if there's something that keeps coming up and they don't quite understand, we're having a hard time, conveying that across, then, maybe a little training video that they can watch whenever they want, right? So that's kind of where we're going with that. Now, had a discussion with a business owner, and, it was pretty good, and I emphasized with her that, when you have a business, right, and because tech is relatively new compared to other business entities like accounting, bookkeeping, operations, facility management, HR, right, all those things have existed in businesses for a long time, but tech is new, right? And my position, and hopefully if you're a business owner watching this, you already have this position, right? That tech needs to be right under the business owner's realm of understanding. Okay, I'm not saying that every owner should be, intimately expertise with technology, right? But what I am saying is that as a business owner, you need to understand how technology enables your business and how technology can disable your business. So important. If you're watching this right now and you own a business and you don't have that understanding, ask yourself, challenge yourself, and you don't have that understanding, right? You could end up in issues. You could be spending money you shouldn't be, or taking on risks that one day might develop into situations that could be bad for your business. And it's it's so important, right? And you need to have have trusted technology advisors, so that you can have the straight goods on how this stuff impacts your business and what you need to do or think about, right? And our service is very much, and we do this on purpose, right? For our residential clients or for our business clients, we are very, very focused on the education aspect. And we educate and we tell and advise, right? But we don't dictate to our clients what they should do. If I talk to a client and I say, look, this machine, you get all your personal stuff on it, right? And if it disappeared right now, right, what has that done to you? Hi, Caroline. And how has that impacted you, right? So if they don't follow through with that, and if they don't, if they say, well, that's okay, I'm backing this stuff up, or if I lost that stuff, it's not a big deal to me, then that's fine. I leave it, right? And if they want to manage their backups, I leave that too. But every month when I do their status report, right, I'm always saying, okay, there's an issue. We're either not doing anything or you're doing it, and I won't necessarily know if that is effective or not, right? Do you want to add something more to that? Should we check? Do you want me to check your backups? Those kinds of things. But I always leave it to the client to act on the advice. Okay? Because here's the thing. Because it's so important, because we want our clients to be in control of their technology, to understand how it impacts them, and to be educated about it, right? So we leave the decisions in their hands. We just educate so that those decisions can be made, right? And if a client ever did something and it didn't, they lost something, of course we're going to be there to help them, right? But we understand, the client understands, and we have this discussion all the time, that if they're taking on a certain risk, right, they're doing it with education behind them, and they understand what those risks are and what could be the outcome. Okay? So, very important. But, so, this whole video is titled on how to save money. Well, and so how does that tie in, right? Well, a couple of things I already mentioned, right? With the ongoing relationship with good tech advice, right? That technology service provider will understand you, the client, as a human being, and also understand the technology and the history behind it and how it's behaved in the past and stuff like that. So when things happen, or when work needs to be done, right, there's all kinds of background work that doesn't need to happen, because it's there already, right? So you save money there. Now, sure, that costs you money to have that relationship, right? But at ITHive.org, we've worked hard to try and keep that ongoing cost reasonable, right? So it's not a deterrent, right? And the other thing is being aware and acting and understanding your technology, and just at not at a tech level, but at a personal level, understanding how the tech stuff, if it fails, or what you're protecting, and just understanding what it means to you, right? And having that knowledge instead of being dismissive. And then, what a lot of people are, they're dismissive about their technology. Even if it's showing issues, you know what, it still works, right? And then they only call for help when things aren't working. And I've said this 1,000 times on this show, right? Because technology is working doesn't mean it is. That's not the way it works. Technology can be failing you even though the machine turns on, and you just might not be aware of the risk that you're incurring. So, and that is important to remember, because if you run out of okay, so sorry folks, I'm running out of battery, so I got to wrap this up. But anyway, if you let a technology issue fester until it's an outage or a serious thing, it's a lot harder to fix and a lot more expensive to fix. Like we do at ITHive.org when we have a connection with our clients, right? We fix the problem when it's small, costs less time for outage, and then we resolve that. So anyway, I got to wrap this up. ITHive.org's live talk show. Thank you for attending. Sorry I'm running out of battery. I thought I would have enough. But anyway, I think we've probably reached a good 10-15 minutes. Anyway, we'll talk to you all next Saturday. Everybody drive safe if we do get winter here in Eastern Ontario. And enjoy the weekend. Have a safe Halloween. And we will see you all next week. Bye.